choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a number of bad accidents, including in Blue Hill where a motorcyclist was killed.
Plus, a former basketball coach appears before a judge charged with sexually abusing a student.
And a Searsport man says flooding caused by a construction project has forced him to close his business.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for tuning in this morning. We'll have those stories coming up, including the latest from Florida, where former President Trump is expected to appear in court today. We'll have all that. But first, a check of the forecast. Looks like a little more rain moving into the area today. Not a big washout by any means, but we could get wet from time to time.
Right. If you have a walk planned today, I don't think you should let that cancel it. It's just some sprinkles. So here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with a large supply of ammo and stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Already a dense fog advisory is posted and now will last until about 8 a.m. this morning or so. And fog is really thick in a few areas this morning as we're well under a mile for visibility. And check this out. So anywhere in here, visibility not very great this morning, well under a mile for visibility. So definitely take your time this morning to get to where you're going. Visibility will definitely make it hard to travel, at least for a little while yet. Meanwhile, though, we're watching clouds that are starting to increase from the south and west, moving to the north and east. We'll have a chance for a few rain showers today, but chances for showers and thunderstorms exist for the next few days as well, with a slow-moving area of low pressure that will pass through. So that means more rain on the way. We can use it, though, but again, we do have more rain that will be on the way. And check out the setup with this area of low pressure here. Bringing rain to parts of Wisconsin as well. They need the rain as well. And we'll get the rain in our neck of the woods moving forward soon, too. So Futurecast moving forward, a few showers expected today. Maybe a few breaks in the clouds before we get a few more showers moving in later on tonight and the parts of tomorrow morning. So early forecasts for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Watching for more showers moving in. Temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
A 25-year-old Penobscot man died in a motorcycle crash in Blue Hill. It happened just before 1 a.m. Sunday on Union Street. Lieutenant Tim Cody with the Hancock County Sheriff's Department says Asher Bowden lost control of the motorcycle he was driving while attempting to negotiate a curve. The motorcycle hit a utility pole. Asher died at the scene. The cause of the accident remains under investigation.
A mother and her two sons were injured Monday morning following an ATV crash in the town of Byron. The Maine Warden Service says 42-year-old Elizabeth Wallace was driving her two sons to the bus stop on the Dingle Hill Road. The boys are ages 12 and 13. Officials say she was heading down a steep portion of the road when the ATV veered off the right side and into a ditch. None of them were wearing helmets as the machine flipped over and trapped Wallace and one of her sons beneath it. The other boy started to knock on doors for help, and three men who were visiting from Massachusetts came to the scene and helped free the pair. All three were brought to the hospital with numerous injuries. That crash also remains under investigation.
A 3-year-old boy had to be flown to Massachusetts General Hospital to be treated for burns after the vehicle he was in burst into flames in Franklin on Sunday. The State Fire Marshal's office says they were called to investigate a vehicle fire at a home on Hog Bay Road in Franklin around 3 p.m. Officials say the parents who were working inside the home at the time of the fire tried to remove the boy from the vehicle and were also injured in the process. The father was taken to Maine General to be treated for burn injuries, and the mother was taken to Maine Coast Memorial Hospital to be treated for minor burns. She was later released. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
A Winthrop teenager is now facing charges after crashing a truck into a pond. The Kennebec County Sheriff's Office says it was just before 4 o'clock Sunday when 19-year-old Chase Cloutier crashed. They say he was driving at a high rate of speed on the Lewiston Road when he nearly struck some people who were fishing before breaking through a guardrail and some trees and into Horseshoe Pond. Cloutier was able to free himself and swam to the shore, where he refused medical treatment. The Sheriff's Department dive team was called in yesterday to help remove the truck from the water. Cloutier received a summons for imprudent speed, and officials say additional charges are pending.
A former Lee Academy basketball coach and teacher charged with sexually abusing a student made his initial appearance in court yesterday. 28-year-old Michael Richardson has been charged with 5 counts of gross sexual assault and 1 count of unlawful sexual contact. Richardson, who had been living in a dorm at Lee Academy, turned himself in Friday to Maine State Police when he learned a warrant was issued for his arrest. His bail has been set at $15,000, which was negotiated by Richardson's attorney.
We're requesting a lower amount of bail, $15,000 we believe is appropriate. I've researched some cases in the Bangor area, and it seems like in conjunction with other more serious allegations within the last couple of years that $15,000 would seem to be a reasonable cash bail in this case.
From the state's perspective, is a threat to the community. Students, minor students, are obviously of the most vulnerable members of society. Teachers are in a position of trust, and the evidence supports overwhelmingly that he took advantage of that power dynamic.
The district attorney's office says the victim was a senior who reported the alleged abuse several weeks ago. Richardson's next court date is scheduled for September 5th.
Southwest Harbor Police Department and Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit continue to investigate the death of a woman whose body was found in a ditch on Main Street. According to the Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss, a passerby noticed the body shortly before 11:30 Sunday morning before calling 911. The cause of death is still undetermined, and the medical examiner's office is conducting an autopsy. Hearing about the incident for the first time, Southwest Harbor residents say they'd never expect something like that to happen in their small town.
I've never really thought about Southwest Harbor being a dangerous place or an unsafe place, so it's really sad when someone in the community is hurt.
I've never seen anything like this. I've never heard anything like this down here, but I think it's sad. I think it's uncalled for, and I'd really like to get some answers on that.
Maine State Police are asking anyone with information on the case to give them a call at 973-3700.
Authorities have arrested a person suspected of robbing a Bangor convenience store and allegedly stealing a vehicle Sunday night. 29-year-old Jeremy Clifford was taken into custody by the Lincoln Police Department and Bangor detectives at a Lincoln address. Bangor police say Clifford is the suspect in a robbery at a Circle K on Broadway, where a man allegedly threatened a clerk with a weapon, stole items from the store, and attempted to abduct the clerk before stealing the clerk's vehicle. Jeremy Clifford is charged with robbery, kidnapping, felony theft, and criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon.
A local small business owner in Searsport says he has to temporarily close his shop after his upholstery business got flooded by a nearby road project. A.J. Douglas spoke with the business owner to learn how those heading that construction project are trying to fix that bad situation.
I can't go in the building because mold is building and I'm allergic to mold, so I'm out. I'm done until this gets fixed.
Sunday afternoon, upholstery shop owner Randy Tangaro says after only 30 minutes of heavy rainfall, his workshop was filled with 1 foot of water. Tangaro says in the days prior, Gordon contractors blocked a major storm drain in the road in an effort to protect the surrounding area from hazardous chemicals during a construction project directed by the Maine Department of Transportation. Tangaro says he stands to lose over $20,000 in revenue after the temporary closure of his business.
All the woodwork is wet, the insulation is wet, and the ground was covered with mud, and the building was moved from the cement slab.
Tangaro says he quickly reached out to everyone from the local town manager to the office of Governor Janet Mills. Now he says the contractors are trying to make it right.
Gordon Construction came here this morning and said that they were going to take care of the problem. It was very nice and asked me how they could help me dry out and get things done.
The ongoing Maine Dot project will eliminate gaps in sidewalks to create more accessibility to the downtown area for pedestrians. The project is scheduled to continue, but in front of Tangaro's home, the storm drain will no longer be covered. Tangaro is in the process of filing an insurance claim for the damages. In Searsport, A.J. Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A proposal that would make Maine the second state in the country with ranked choice voting for governor is due for a vote. The proposal could come from the legislature soon after receiving a key committee approval. Maine and Alaska both use the ranked choice voting format for congressional and presidential elections. Proponents of ranked choice voting in Maine have long pushed for the format to be used in governor and legislative races, but that would require an amendment to the Maine Constitution. The Maine Legislature's Legal Affairs Committee has approved a proposal to do exactly that. The next step is for a vote by the full legislature, which is currently in session.
Well, Monday marked a milestone for military women with the 75th anniversary of the Women's Armed Services Integration Act. Signed back in 1948, this act allows women to serve as full members of the U.S. Armed Forces. Although Congress had originally given the Women's Army Corps full Army status, the law was set to expire in 1948. That's when leaders of the U.S. Army stepped in, and on June 12, 1948, President Truman officially signed the Women's Armed Services Integration Act into law. Helen Siragusa, a Navy veteran who served as a nurse from 1945 to 1953, spoke about the impact of her service and that of her fellow veterans for women in the armed services today.
I'd be so many. I think people got used to women being in the service with over a long period of time during that war, and I think that they wouldn't notice that then, but they would notice it now.
Helen is one of over 3 million women who have served since the American Revolution, and today women serve in all military branches. They are no longer banned from serving in direct combat. For more information about the Women's Armed Services Integration Act and the Military Women's Memorial, you can visit womensmemorial.org.
Very cool. I believe I recognize her from one of our Veterans series that gets aired on July 4th or Memorial Day. She's done one of those with Jason Maker in the studio.
Nice that she's sharing her story.
Yeah, it's very nice to see those portraits. Okay, the time now is 8:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, an Old Town Park was closed following an infestation of brown-tail moths, caterpillars. There's a difference between those things.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what's being done to help.
They both kind of stink if you ask me.
Not literally.
No. But first, another check of that forecast. We can expect some showers and breezy conditions today. The temperature right around 68 degrees. Tonight, more showers, some areas of dense fog with lows in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, yes, more showers, even a chance for some thunderstorms. The high on Wednesday around 71 degrees.
Update your outdoor living space and make the most of your outdoor life with a new deck from Hammond Lumber Company. From wood to low-maintenance composite and PVC decking, Hammond has the materials, knowledge, and experience to help you get everything you need for that perfect new deck. Railing options include wood, composite, aluminum, and the modern look of cable railing. Your Hammond sales rep can answer any questions and will walk you through your options. Get the deck you want, the one you deserve, when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Your roof is your first line of defense against the elements. Ensure it's always at peak performance with Peak Performance Roofing. With more than 20 years of experience in the roofing industry, our professionals provide quality craftsmanship and expertise that you can rely on. We are fully insured and stand behind our work. You can trust us to get the job done right the first time. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Peak Performance Roofing today to schedule your free estimate. 416-8301. Peak Performance Roofing. Your roof is our priority. Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
What's old is new again in the town of Millbridge.
It's just sort of the heartbeat of the town, and everybody went to the movies.
We'll take a look at the movie magic unfolding at the new Millbridge Theater and Community Arts Center tonight on Fox 22 News at 10.
Where in America do the best cooks come from?
4 regions, 20 contestants.
Sharpen your knives.
MasterChef United Tastes of America, Wednesdays on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. A recent outbreak of brown-tail moths at a local playground has community members concerned and wondering what they should do. Devin Dagnall has the story.
I'd never thought to worry about a caterpillar until this year. After discovering a brown-tail moth infestation at Bennett Park in Old Town, Miriam Wilcox wasn't sure where to turn. Wilcox was enjoying a day at the park with her daughter and son Sunday afternoon, but after they finished their snack, Wilcox noticed some unwanted guests were starting to bug her.
I looked down and there's a caterpillar crawling across the table that didn't look like the normal eastern tent caterpillar. Didn't really think much about it. The kids were playing on the playground, trying to figure out if I should report it, who to report it to. And then my son says, well, Mom, those moths that you're talking about, there's some all over the playground here.
Knowing brown-tail moth caterpillars can cause intense rashes, Wilcox was worried about her children's safety. After finding and documenting the invasive caterpillars, Wilcox took to Facebook to alert community members through the Community Action Old Town page, where many people pointed her in the direction of Old Town Public Works. Once notified, the city wasted no time getting to work.
We reached out to a contractor to come look at the situation to see what needed to be done next. We closed the park. We do have signage up. We're working on getting those messages on our website and our Facebook page.
City officials say if you see brown-tail moths either out in public or on your own property, you need to keep your distance.
Just the little hairs can fly off in them from in a tree. They can shed them, so to speak. They can come from the caterpillars and you can inhale them, or they can land on your skin from multiple feet away or falling out of a tree onto you. If it's not your property, tell somebody. You can call the Old Town City Hall at 827-3962 and give us the information and we'll act on that.
In Old Town, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Maine Center for Disease Control wants you to know that there has been an increase of rabid animal cases in Maine. The evidence comes from more animals testing positive since the beginning of the year. Between January and May of 2023, the CDC confirmed 30 cases of rabies in raccoons, skunks, bats, a fox, and a woodchuck. Rabies activity was significantly lower in 2022, with a total of 35 cases for the entire year.
We don't want anybody to panic. We just want people to be aware that rabies is out there, but that there are really common sense ways that you can protect yourself, your family members, and your pets. And that's just leaving the wildlife alone and making sure that everybody's up to date on their rabies vaccines.
The CDC urges you to stay away from wildlife, but if you see a dead or suspicious acting animal in Maine, contact a game warden with Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife. Please also keep your pets away from wildlife.
Well, with their fluffy tails and fast moves, squirrels are considered a cute backyard visitor in many yards, but a disease that affects them is also on the rise in Maine. State biologists say they're seeing more cases of squirrel pox. The growths show up on the outside of the squirrel, most commonly around their eyes, their mouths, and their feet. If there are enough of them, they can transform the squirrel into something much different looking. It's a virus that transmits through mosquitoes. The good news is that neither your dog or you can catch squirrel pox, and it usually resolves on its own for the squirrels too. So if you see some icky looking squirrels, that's probably what it is.
Those poor squirrels. But, it's also, it cracked me up earlier imagining our boss, your brother, sending out our photographer, like, go get some squirrel shots.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Dave would be all over it then. Yeah. Okay, I'm gone.
I like that assignment.
Yeah,
I can go do that. Go nature watch for a little while.
What's going on with our countryside, though? We've got these moths that will make you itch all over. We got rabies, now squirrel pox.
I know. I went outside yesterday fully knowing I risked it.
Yeah.
Like I put my feet in the grass and I'm like, I could be miserable tomorrow. Who knows?
You just have to be careful out there.
Lucky.
Especially with those moths.
Yeah.
Caterpillar
I
things.
saw one of the caterpillars too. I'm just lucky.
Yep.
Okay, the time now is 8:19. After the break, the Bar Harbor Oceanarium Museum, which has had its doors closed to the public for years now, has finally reopened for the season.
We'll have an inside look of this and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Here at the Eddington store, we have what you're craving. From Holton Dairy Farm products to our daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Did I mention we have fresh cut meats? From hamburg to steaks and even fresh produce, we have what you're craving. And while you're here, don't forget your ice cream at the Dairy Bar and homemade whoopie pies. Are you low on fuel? We offer gas, diesel, and propane too. The Eddington store, for more than your average convenience store. We look forward to seeing you.
Now is the time to consider taking care of your driveway or parking lot. With more than 25 years experience, Harvey Paving and Seal Coating specializes in asphalt maintenance. A fantastic way to extend the life of your asphalt is by taking care of it, and we will fill in all the cracks and seal coat afterwards. This leaves your driveway with a beautiful finish looking like new. Why not increase the curb appeal of your residential or commercial space? Give us a call today at Harvey Paving and Seal Coating for a free quote. 262-0154.
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is sponsored by Deba's, 89 Main Street, Bar Harbor. T-shirts, apparel, souvenirs, footwear, jewelry, and fun stuff. The Loft Raw Bar and Seafood Grill offers a contemporary craft seafood experience, including a hyper-local daily oyster selection. Ben & Bill's Chocolate Emporium, known for our delicious high-quality chocolates made with original recipes and more than 64 flavors of ice cream.
The once dormant Oceanarium in Bar Harbor is back in operation, and it is welcoming visitors from both near and far. Our Jody Hersey has more.
It's an amazing place for the community. We have had such support in opening, and the kids just love it.
Students are getting their hands wet as they explore all the sea creatures inside the 6,500-gallon touch tank at the newly reopened Oceanarium in Bar Harbor.
We're situated right on a marsh. So there's lots of physical sciences to enjoy and learn about, but also just a sense of science literacy and an understanding of what's happening along the shore and humans' interactions with it.
There are crabs and sea stars, scallops, and even a jellyfish tank that will soon be home to a few jellyfish.
Visitors who stop by will also get the opportunity to meet 3 very unique lobsters. Tangerine, who is obviously orange or tangerine color, blueberry, as well as a calico lobster named Hobbs.
There's another building on site that serves as the Oceanarium's museum, which has the skeleton of a juvenile humpback whale on display, as well as ocean-themed artwork.
One of those artists, Connor O'Brien, has done the sea glass collection, and he has collected over 10 years, only in the confines of Bar Harbor, all these amazing pieces of ocean sea glass and pottery, and he's just put it together so beautifully.
Debbie Alvarez recently stopped by while visiting the Maine coast.
Someone recommended this place very highly, so it's right near us, so we came to explore.
Guests say swinging by this destination while visiting Bar Harbor is well worth the trip. In Bar Harbor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Such a neat place.
Yeah. Those bottles that they had on display, I wonder if those were messages in a bottle. I'm curious now.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe you'll have to head down and check it out.
I will. This is on my bucket list for this summer. Okay, time now is 8:23.
Let's get a full look at that weather forecast with Devin.
Alrighty, here we go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we go, though. So a dense fog advisory is posed until roughly 8 a.m. this morning or so. And so watching for issues with fog across the area, which has drawn visibility down pretty sharply in a few areas near Bangor to Bar Harbor, even areas west by Waterville, seeing less than a half-mile visibility right now as well, even at Princeton, too, and Moosehorn further down to the south. So please be careful if you're traveling this morning. It will be hard to see. Take it slow. Do not use those high beams. Use your low beams or your fog lights so you can see and other people can see you as you drive. But otherwise, though, we're going to be watching for rain moving in as well. For now, just increasing clouds is a general idea. We have some showers further off to the south and west, and that will be moving in as the day progresses on. Here's this big area of low pressure right about in here, not moving all that that much, though. It'll bring some rain to our backyard and then slowly kind of squander over us for the next few days, too. So we do have chances for rain on the way. We could use it as well, but even parts of Wisconsin seeing rain this morning, too. They needed it as well. So some good news for some areas that definitely do need the rain. So futurecast moving forward for today. Fog this morning, increasing clouds as well. Maybe even a few showers, and yes, even some breaks in the clouds, too. So perhaps even some sunshine before the day wraps up. But the clouds do move back in with a few showers possible, especially as we get towards early Wednesday morning. Maybe even a few thunderstorms, too, before we start to clear things up, especially during the afternoon periods with some sunshine mixed in. Maybe a few showers and storms further off towards the north with more precipitation moving in. Showers and thunderstorms possible again as we head towards your Thursday as well. How much rain can we see? I'm going to run this at least through midnight as we head towards Thursday morning. Maybe a half inch or less of rainfall before we're all finished up. Notice how spread out the values are, though. But then as we run this through the next few days afterward, too, at least between now and at least Sunday morning, could be seeing up to maybe an inch in some areas, maybe even 2 inches before we're all finished up. So between now and Sunday, this is spread out, some decent rainfall on the way. Our average high temperature is 74 degrees, upper 60s today, lower 70s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 60s again Saturday and Sunday, and some lower 70s again as we head towards your Monday. Forecast for today, upper 60s, showers and breezy out there. Southeast wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. For tonight, 55 degrees, showers, some areas of dense fog as well, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. And for tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly during the morning period with highs in the lower 70s, and south wind getting up to around 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. More showers and thunderstorms possible Thursday and Friday with highs in the lower 70s, and more rain showers on Saturday with highs in the upper 60s.
If you're waiting for a sign that it's time to finally tackle that window or patio door project you've been putting off, here it is. Renewal by Anderson's incredible Window Replacement Days celebration. Act now, because during this limited time event, you'll get stunning custom replacement windows and patio doors for less. Get all the benefits of Renewal by Anderson's exclusive and easy replacement window and door process, and save a lot of money while you're at it. This opportunity won't be sticking around for long, and neither will these savings. Schedule your free design consultation now and call Renewal by Anderson today.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Puzzles are easy. Family, that's a real challenge. It happens rarely, but every once in a while we all go where we're supposed to go, and everything clicks into place.
Young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
The city of Miami is bracing for large crowds at its federal courthouse. Supporters of former President Donald Trump and protesters are expected for Trump's arraignment later today. The former president is saying he will plead not guilty to 37 criminal counts in connection to his alleged mishandling of classified records and refusal to return them. ABC's Justin Finch in Miami with more on the historic hearing.
In Miami, an unprecedented moment in U.S. history. Former President Donald Trump ordered to appear for his arraignment in the Mar-a-Lago classified records investigation. The first current or former American president to face criminal federal charges. Appearing on conservative radio, Trump says he will plead not guilty.
I didn't do anything wrong, did nothing wrong. Presidential Records Act, it's not even a criminal event.
There is no criminality here.
The city of Miami now planning for 5,000 to 50,000 people to rally outside the federal courthouse.
We wanted to ensure the public that we are ready.
If we begin to see that there's opposing parties, we'll at that time make sure that they're separated.
Trump has long insisted he's done nothing wrong, blaming his indictment on the so-called weaponization of the Justice Department under President Biden.
This vicious persecution is a travesty of justice.
Special counsel Jack Smith's sweeping 49-page indictment alleges Trump knowingly kept extremely sensitive national defense information at his Mar-a-Lago home and resort after leaving office. Some documents allegedly found in boxes stashed in a ballroom, a bathroom, and a storage room. The records including information regarding defense and weapons capabilities of both the U.S. and foreign countries, U.S. nuclear programs, potential vulnerabilities of the U.S. and its allies to military attack, and plans for possible retaliation in response to a foreign attack. Trump's rivals weighing in.
If this indictment is true, if what it says is actually the case, President Trump was incredibly reckless.
This is vanity run amok. Everyone's blaming the prosecutors. He did it. It's his conduct.
And no cameras allowed in court for today's arraignment. Afterwards, Trump will return to his New Jersey golf club for remarks and a fundraiser tonight.
That was Justin Finch reporting. We're learning more about the commuter nightmare on Interstate 95 after a busy overpass collapsed. The disaster's impact could be far-reaching in the Northeast. ABC's Rhiannon Nally has more.
This morning, a warning about the U.S. supply chain after this tanker truck crash that led to the collapse of an overpass on I-95 in Philadelphia Sunday.
It is holy.
The truck was carrying up to 8,500 gallons of gasoline.
From what we understand, the tractor and trailer was trying to navigate the curve, lost control of the vehicle, landed on its side, and ruptured the tank and ignited the fire.
Human remains now found in the wreckage. Family members confirmed the driver, who was killed, was 53-year-old Nathaniel Moody, who leaves behind a girlfriend and a young daughter. Crews saying both sides of the overpass will need to be replaced. The American Trucking Association says the disruptions are likely to have significant impacts on the supply chain, saying up to 9% of vehicles passing through that section of highway are commercial trucks, which now face lengthy detours on far smaller roads.
You don't realize how much that cripples the city.
Experts say although the bridge was listed in good condition, it appears the exposed steel beneath the bridge could not hold up to those fierce flames, burning it up to 1,800 degrees. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
It's a horrible situation there.
Scary stuff. Yeah. All right, still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear from a home cook from Southern Maine who is the latest contestant on the cooking reality show MasterChef.
Plus, the longtime host of Wheel of Fortune has announced his retirement. We'll have the latest on those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Bar Harbor, is sponsored by Bayside Liquors, offering a wide array of local craft beers, quality wines, and an amazing collection of great spirits. Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. University of Maine Early College, tuition-free online courses for high school students. umaine.edu/earlycollege.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Tuesday, June 13th, 2023. It's also National Weed Your Garden Day.
If you haven't already this season, there's definitely been some good growth of pesky weeds with all the rain we've been having. Just watch out for those ticks and brown-tail moths.
Yeah.
I got into a little bit yesterday, I think, just enough to kind of bother me a little bit, but I was lucky it's not worse.
Not fun at all.
Yep.
So, on this day in history, in 1966, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in favor of Ernesto Miranda in Miranda versus Arizona, of course, affirming constitutional guarantees against self-incrimination during interrogation, which culminated in the establishment of the Miranda rights requirements that are delivered during an arrest.
It's crazy. You'll see fairly consistently, too. I mean, somebody won't get their rights read to them, and that'll throw out a case.
Yep, the entire thing could be in jeopardy without that.
Right. All right, 1 year later, in 1967, Thurgood Marshall was nominated as Justice to the U.S. Supreme Court by President Lyndon B. Johnson. He became the court's first African-American member. And in 1971, a few years later, once again, the New York Times began publishing the Pentagon Papers, a series of articles, of course, as many of us know, based on a study of the U.S. role in Indochina from World War II until May of 1968, all of which added to the growing opposition to the Vietnam War.
And for birthdays today, we have Canadian comedian Tim Allen. He is turning 70 years old today.
Crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe he's so old. American entertainer Steve-O, known for his stunts in the movie series Jackass, is 49 today. And American actor Chris Evans, who was born in Boston, is 42 today.
It's also crazy for me to imagine that Steve-O is 49 too, because he's been in kind of the spotlight since the first Jackass movie came out in the early 2000s.
You know, it started off as a show on MTV. It was just like a,
I
daily
forgot.
show, and then it was so
movies.
big they made movies out of it. You know,
I love all those movies, although I have to shield my eyes often.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, stuff they do.
I think Johnny Knoxville's still around too, doing things. I think I saw him doing something on a game show recently.
He's
or
luckily still around. He got some, unsurprisingly, some serious head trauma in the last movie. If you don't know what these movies are, maybe don't Google it, because it's kind of just the ridiculous is the name of the game.
They do stupid stunts and things like that.
Violent stunts.
Yeah.
It's
all for
ridiculous.
your entertainment.
I love it, personally.
Right. Let's talk about the weather. It looks like some more showers moving in today.
I know, sprinkles. I mean, don't let it cancel any big plans outside, because I think it'll be fine. Thunderstorms aren't on our schedule until tomorrow, so brave the rain.
No big deal.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Already a dense fog advisory is posted and now will last until about 8 a.m. this morning or so. And fog is really thick in a few areas this morning as we're well under a mile for visibility. And check this out. So anywhere in here, visibility not very great this morning, well under a mile for visibility. So definitely take your time this morning to get to where you're going. Visibility will definitely make it hard to travel, at least for a little while yet. Meanwhile, though, we're watching clouds that are starting to increase from the south and west, moving to the north and east. We'll have a chance for a few rain showers today, but chances for showers and thunderstorms exist for the next few days as well, with a slow moving area of low pressure that will pass through. So that means more rain on the way. We can use it though, but again, we do have more rain that will be on the way. And check out the setup with this area of low pressure here. Bringing rain to parts of Wisconsin as well. They need the rain as well. And we'll get the rain in our neck of the woods moving forward soon too. So Futurecast moving forward, a few showers expected today. Maybe a few breaks in the clouds before we get a few more showers moving in later on tonight and the parts of tomorrow morning. So early forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Watching for more showers moving in. Temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Well, a home cook from southern Maine has made it onto the cooking reality show MasterChef. Nina Bell of Woolwich loves foraging for ingredients. She recently auditioned for MasterChef United Tastes of America and received rave reviews from the judges for her Chinese dumplings with venison. I would love to try that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. That dish earned her an apron and a spot on the show.
Because I hunt.
You know, foraging is actually illegal.
I always end up with random ground meat in the bottom of my freezer, like a lot of people here do. So dumplings are so forgiving, and as long as you add the right, ratio of spices and other things, you can put bear in there, you can put moose in there, you can put venison in there, and it's all going to taste good.
MasterChef airs on Fox Wednesdays at 8 p.m.
Good for her.
Yeah, that's awesome. Still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest with local sports.
Don't go away.
Join Maine's credit unions and donate to the Campaign for Ending Hunger $100,000 challenge. Now through June 30th, every dollar raised will help ensure Mainers have access to nutritious meals. Donate today at campaignforendinghunger.org.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
For great value, go with the longest lasting brand, Toyota. And at the Toyota Summer Value Event, you could save up to $1,900 with affordable 3.99% financing on most Highlander models. And every Highlander comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. The longest lasting brand. So for a vehicle with long-lasting value, see your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Join Maine's credit unions and donate to the Campaign for Ending Hunger $100,000 challenge. Now through June 30th, every dollar raised will help ensure Mainers have access to nutritious meals. Donate today at campaignforendinghunger.org.
I'm looking for a partner that I can invest $250,000 in. I'm looking for my next food star.
Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars, Wednesdays on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to start with the big news of the day. Originally scheduled for Tuesday, all of the baseball and softball regional championship games have now been postponed to Wednesday. Times and venues haven't changed yet, but let's take a look at that new schedule. In Class A baseball, Bangor and Edward Little, the 7 and 8 seeds, battle at 5 p.m. at Morton Field in Augusta. That's a rematch of last year's Class A North title game, with Bangor winning 1-0. For softball, top-ranked Oxford Hills and third-ranked Skowhegan will go at it at the brand-new Keswick Field at UMaine. More on that in a minute. Class B baseball is a rematch from last year as well. Top-ranked Old Town, and then the defending state champs in Ellsworth at 6:30 p.m. right here at Mansfield. And in Brewer is the Class B softball championship between Herman and Nokomis at 3 p.m. For Class C, this is not a mistake. Bucksport and Mattanocook will battle for both the baseball and softball regional title. The Lynx are the top seed in baseball. They play the defending state champs at 6 at Mahaney. And in softball, both teams are unbeaten. Bucksport holds that top spot. That one is at 3:30 in Orono. And last but not least, in Class D, Katahdin beat Madawaska earlier. They will go on to play the 2-seeded Bangor Christian Patriots. That game at 3 p.m. at Mansfield. And PVHS and Machias battle for the softball title. They have the nightcap at Brewer. A lot of action on Wednesday. Looking forward to that. So on Wednesday now, the University of Maine will open up the gates to their brand new softball facility for the Class A and C North finals. The Black Bears officially cut that ribbon on the facility earlier in the season, complete with turf, lights, batting cages, bullpen, you name it, they have the works. The brand new Keswick Field is now one of the nicest softball facilities in the state. And ever since they started designing it, head coach Jordan Fitzpatrick and the Black Bears have dreamed of opening it up to all of the local softball stars in the community.
That was one of the things when we were getting ready to build this field, was that I felt like we needed to have more of a community presence here and have some of those bigger games done on our field, because now it is one of the best facilities, if not the best facility in the state. So, you know, they get to use the lights, they get to do kind of the whole thing. And, you know, as a high school kid, there's nothing cooler than that, I don't think.
She's right. Nothing beats a playoff atmosphere under the lights, and the new field is just the cherry on top. And as a former Maine high school softball player herself, a Brewer grad, Fitzpatrick is pumped to welcome what could be the next generation of Black Bears to the ballpark.
You know, I'm ecstatic about it. I think, like I said, the community itself is really excited to have, Maine players on this brand new field. I think it's exciting for, younger kids, especially freshmen, sophomores that, don't know where they want to go. I think it's a cool opportunity for them to be able to use the field and have that opportunity to say, oh, maybe this is a place that I want to go, because I think sometimes as a Maine kid, you want to get out of Maine, but, there's a lot of really good things about Maine.
Should be a fun atmosphere on Wednesday night. Let's stay with some high school baseball and softball here. On Monday, the finalists for the Mr. Maine Baseball and Miss Maine Softball Awards were announced. The winners will be announced next week at the Senior All-Star Games for their respective sports. For baseball, 7 finalists were announced. Locally, Old Town's Gabe Gifford, Bangor Christian's Jason Libby on that list, followed by Eli Soren of Oxford Hills, Oceanside's Alex Bartlett, Sacopee Valley's Carson Black, Kyle Delano from Oak Hill, and Andrew Heffernan from Bangor Christian. For softball, Ella Hosford of Bucksport and Lindsay Reed made the list locally, as did Anna Lang. And rounding out that list is Brooklyn Federico from Monmouth Academy, Cadence Morse from Oxford Hills, and Charlotte Donovan from Biddeford. Baseball will be announced June 20th, softball the following day. Let's go to some football now. The Patriots wrapping up OTAs last week, and on Monday opening up mandatory minicamp. It's the first time of the season where the entire roster is supposed to be in attendance. 2 big absences so far are Lawrence Guy and Trent Brown. Guy's absence is reported to be contract-related, while Brown's is not, something to keep an eye on. However, the start of minicamp is basically the unofficial start of everything. This bleeds into training camp, then you have preseason, and then we are watching Week 1 kickoff. It's going to be fun. A big report out of the day is that Mac Jones completed 25 straight passes. That gets you a little excited, but right now, the team is just building the blocks ahead of the season.
It's the start of football season. We all got a lot of work to do and things to learn, understand, improve on, work on. So we're all doing the same thing. Just going through the process.
I feel like we made some progress, and once again, we're in shorts and helmets, so it's hard to really tell, but I feel like the operation's been pretty decent, and we're just trying to work together and really just become a team.
I'm looking forward for the season to start. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
An Odyssey is a long journey full of adventures. And at Odyssey Auto Spa, we understand every vehicle's journey is different.
Hi, I'm Jacob Gage, and as the owner of Odyssey, I take pride in offering a full range of detailing services to keep your ride looking its best. From basic detailing to ceramic coatings, window tint to wraps, we've got you covered. Come see us at our Ellsworth location and let us help you keep your ride looking its best.
They've got the sharpest pencil in town. Now they just sit around that showroom figuring deals and whittling that old pencil down. They know that if you buy once, you're gonna be back. So instead of buying one, you're buying two, and that's a fact. They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on.
Plant scientist.
Botanist.
Yeah! You got it! That's what I'm talking about!
When celebrities
You got sassy.
come to play,
Just because you got your guns out.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's all fun and games.
First name Urkel.
Steve. 25 words or less.
Beauty Mark.
Mole.
That's the money, y'all!
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm here with Jennifer Munson. She's the museum director for Coal Land Transportation Museum, and she, of course, is coming on to talk about tonight's Night at the Museum. Jennifer, thanks for joining us this
Thank you for
morning.
having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, second time around with Night at the Museum. What's it looking like for tonight? What's the plan?
So our mannequins have mysteriously disappeared overnight and will be replaced by live actors today. We're going to have about 20 to 25 people dressed up representing Maine's working history, different occupations, river drivers, train conductors, all kinds of different people who have represented how hardworking Maine's people really are.
Yeah.
And this is a fun night for the kids to experience this kind of history, and they don't even realize they're learning while they're there.
Yeah.
There'll be a scavenger hunt where the children have to find different people around the museum. They'll have 8 or 9 people they have to look for, and there'll be prizes afterwards, so it'll be a really nice evening for everyone.
I love that it's on a school night too. Like, I mean, school's out for most people by now, but this is the perfect afternoon activity.
Yep, it's a quick evening too. If you get there, it should only take about an hour to do the scavenger hunt and walk through the museum. It shouldn't take very long.
Yep.
I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to show up right at 5, but it does go 5 to 8, so you have plenty of time to get there and get in the building.
Yep.
And
because you're expecting a big turnout.
Yeah, we're expecting a big turnout. Last time we had over 550 people there, so
that's awesome.
It was phenomenal to have that many people interested in the museum and interested in what we do, and to participate in one of our events. It was kind of mind-blowing for us. That was the first big event we did in quite some time.
Yep.
Especially post-COVID, having those numbers here and this, the kids smiling so much throughout the night is just phenomenal.
And I think it's exciting too. You have kids volunteering in this event too. Not only are they spectators, but they're actively involved.
Yep, we have 3 10-year-olds who are going to be there. They're going to be behind the chain, so they're a little bit out of the crowd. Don't get lost, but they'll be dressed up as well. Cool. We'll have 2 soapbox derby car drivers and a paper boy, so we'll have a really good representation of, it might not necessarily be a full-time occupation, but it's still represented here in its era.
Oh yeah. My dad was a paper boy in Belfast.
Yep.
Okay, so where should people get tickets in advance, or just get them at the door?
Yep, so you get the tickets at the door. There's no advance tickets. Perhaps in future events we'll do that, but for now it's tickets at the door. There'll be parking at the museum, and the building next door is our foundation building that you can park at, so there's plenty of parking.
Cool.
And the traffic inside of the museum, the walking traffic, will actually be one-way traffic like we did for Halloween. People will go up and down the aisles the same direction to kind of cut down on congestion and make it a little bit easier for people to move around the building.
Cool. That works. You guys are very organized.
It should be a good turnout.
So any more information people would need, where do they go?
No, so it's just right at the Cole Museum. It's 5 to 8. It's $5 for adults, and children, as always, are free.
Okay.
So it's a pretty cheap evening, and I'm very excited.
That's
we
good.
have lots and lots of prizes to give out, so I hope we get a good turnout with the kids.
Cool. Okay. ColeLandTransportation.org is that?
Yep, ColeMuseum.org.
ColeMuseum.org. Okay. Jennifer, thank you as always for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. We'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, here we go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we go, though. So a dense fog advisory is posted until roughly 8 a.m. this morning or so. And so watching for issues with fog across the area, which has drawn visibility down pretty sharply in a few areas near Bangor to Bar Harbor, even areas west by Waterville, seeing less than a half-mile visibility right now as well, even at Princeton too, and Moosehorn further down to the south. So please be careful if you're traveling this morning. It will be hard to see. Take it slow. Do not use those high beams. Use your low beams or your fog lights so you can see and other people can see you as you drive. But otherwise, though, we're going to be watching for rain moving in as well. For now, just increasing clouds is a general idea. We have some showers further off to the south and west, and that will be moving in as the day progresses on. Here's this big area, low pressure right about in here, not moving all that much, though. Bring some rain to our backyard, and then slowly kind of squander over us for the next few days, too. So we do have chances for rain on the way. We could use it as well, but even parts of Wisconsin seeing rain this morning, too. They needed it as well. So some good news for some areas that definitely do need the rain. So futurecast moving forward for today. Fog this morning, increasing clouds as well. Maybe even a few showers, and yes, even some breaks in the clouds, too. So perhaps even some sunshine before the day wraps up. But the clouds do move back in with a few showers possible, especially as we get towards early Wednesday morning, maybe even even a few thunderstorms too before we start to clear things up, especially during the afternoon periods with some sunshine mixed in, maybe a few showers and storms further off towards the north with more precipitation moving in. Showers and thunderstorms possible again as we head towards your Thursday as well. How much rain can we see? I'm going to run this at least through midnight as we head towards Thursday morning. Maybe a half inch or less of rainfall before we're all finished up. Notice how spread out the values are, though. But then as we run this through the next few days afterward, too, at least between now and at least Sunday morning, could be seeing up to maybe an inch in some areas, maybe even 2 inches before we're all finished up. So between now and Sunday, this is spread out, some decent rainfall on the way. Our average high temperature is 74 degrees, upper 60s today, lower 70s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 60s again Saturday and Sunday, and some lower 70s again as we head towards your Monday. Forecast for today, upper 60s, showers and breezy out there. Southeast wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. For tonight, 55 degrees, showers, some areas of dense fog as well, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. And for tomorrow, scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly during the morning period with highs in the lower 70s, as south wind getting up to around 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. More showers and thunderstorms possible Thursday and Friday with highs in the lower 70s, and more rain showers on Saturday with highs in the upper 60s.
I've been in a few accidents and had surgery on my right foot first and contracted a blood disorder. I had quite a few seizures after that and then had a massive stroke. That was a really rough time in my life. Donna has helped me through so much. She knew exactly what I was going through, and she made sure that I had nurses in my home. She helps me with all of my medications. She coordinates all my rides to any facility I need to go to. She talks to my doctors personally. Thanks to Donna, I'm sitting in my own home and I'm getting the care I need and I'm getting all the therapy I need. It's made my life tremendously easier.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Donna?
I am okay. How's your morning been? You're not overdoing, are you?
No, I'm not overdoing it.
Okay, remember you are in recovery. You come first.
She gives me hope. She gives me faith. She puts a smile on my face every time I talk to her. I call her my second sister, and I've never even met her. Hello.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it is good to meet you.
I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done for me.
That's what I'm here for. I love being able to make your life easier when I can and get you the care you need.
And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll never forget you.
Never forget you either, buddy.
If I didn't have Donna in my life, I don't think that I'd be sitting where I'm sitting right now.
A short while ago, we brought you the story about an animal control officer in southern Maine who started a nonprofit that equips fire departments and rescue units with pet oxygen masks to help save pets in terrible situations where they need oxygen. We have learned that the POM Project has a new batch of these masks available for first responders who want them. POM Project founder Bobby Silcott says there are 25 new mask kits available for the taking. All you have to do is reach out through his nonprofit's website at pomproject.org. The masks are a crucial device, especially at fires when pets escape alive but suffer smoke inhalation. These masks help ensure those pets will stay alive along with their families.
So if you know any local fire departments that don't have these, I think that would be a good organization to nominate or to suggest it to. Okay, in other news now, it's the end of an era for a primetime television show. Iconic Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak announcing Monday he's leaving his longtime role as the show's host after more than 4 decades. The 76-year-old saying in a statement the show's upcoming 41st season, which is slated to start in September, will be his last. Sajak will reportedly serve as a consultant on the show for 3 years after the upcoming season. He has hosted the beloved game show since its debut in 1981. Wheel continues to draw in more than 9 million daily viewers a week. Sajik has won 3 Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Game Show Host and received a Lifetime Achievement Award. No timeline has been announced for the naming of a new host.
I think he has earned his retirement and
Absolutely.
then some.
He's a great TV show host. I mean, the consistency is always there.
Yeah, been around for a long time. And
Right.
we were saying earlier today, wonder what's going to happen to Vanna now. So
I'm so
we'll
curious.
have to wait and see. Probably a whole